Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Allie and welcome to the top comment where I read and react to insane internet chaos in the form of Reddit stories. So if you like this type of content, please don't forget to subscribe. It is totally free and it means a lot to me. On Tuesday's episode, we dived into the depths of my favorite subreddit, which is AskReddit. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically where people go and ask questions to Reddit, which is the 8th largest social media in the world, if I'm not wrong. But if I am wrong, definitely let me know in the comments. It is my favorite subreddit. I love scrolling through the comments on some of these questions. I think they are amazing. And so I figured, why not just keep the theme going for the entire week? So we are going to be looking at AskReddit again today, and we're going to get right on into it. All right, this first one says, you have 60 seconds to ruin a first date. What do you say? The top comment says, so do you see this going somewhere? Because my parents really want grandkids soon, and I already showed them your LinkedIn. Sounds like while he's pulling out red flags, grandma's already crocheting a onesie. I would run for the hills. The next comment says, when they show up, look at them with a flat expression and then just say, really? Sigh, and then say, well, I'm sure you did your best. And then say, actually, I'm really good at making the best out of bad situations. You can still pay for our date, though. No notes. That's just efficiency. I think it would go from 0 to 60 out the door in probably 30 seconds or less. The next comment says, given my track record, hi, how's it going? Usually does the trick. Apparently this one has a 100% success rate at tanking the date immediately. Simplicity is deadly. The next comment says, nothing, just stare at them silently. 60 seconds doesn't sound like a long time, but imagine someone just staring at you wordlessly for a full minute. And I feel like it would make it even more disturbing if after a full minute of weirdness, I just started to make normal conversation. Let's go, dude. Just imagine staring at somebody for 60 seconds without saying a single word. Go stare at yourself in the mirror for 60 seconds and don't break eye contact. Like, go set a timer, and it's a lot longer than you think it is with somebody burning holes into your skin with their eyeballs. The next comment says, thank you so much for agreeing to meet with me. My parole officer couldn't believe it when I was telling him about you. Just remember how you ended up in this situation is all he could say. You know what's sexy? A little mystery. You know what's not? Parole. The next comment says, let's make this quick. My wife is waiting in the car. Yeah, and she's got snacks and pepper spray in her purse, so don't get cute with her. The next comment says, since it's my weekend with the kids. Great. Little meet the babysitter action. Can't wait. The next one says, are you familiar with the advantage of a fractional homeownership vacation condo? MLM pitches on a first date? You're bold. I didn't realize this was a trauma and a timeshare dump. The next comment says, step 1, make eye contact. Step 2, slowly put the ring back on. That's not a red flag. That is a full-blown fireworks show above the divorce attorney's home. The last one just says, you look so different when I'm not looking at you through binoculars. I think you misspelled restraining order. All right, moving on from that one. This next question that somebody asked on the internet says, woman here, what's the male equivalent of giving your wife a vacuum cleaner for her birthday? The top comment on this one says, a snow shovel. Many men like having and using tools, especially power tools, but a regular snow shovel says it's your job to go do a backbreaking workout in the cold and have it done by the time I need to leave. That has 25,000 upvotes, and it's giving, here's your seasonal backache, babe. Enjoy the frostbite. The next comment says, my uncle bought my aunt a shotgun for Christmas once, one he'd been wanting, so he could teach her how to shoot, and then they could share guns. Luckily for him, she didn't shoot him right then and there. But for his next birthday, she got him a dress that she'd been wanting and said, I'll teach you how to dress up so that way we can share clothes. They got a divorce a few years later. A queen. Petty royalty, well deserved. You played the long game, and it's no wonder they got divorced. The next comment just says, my dad got trash cans once, and it has 18,000 upvotes. That's not even passive aggressive. That's just aggressive aggressive. Like, here, take the trash out. The next comment says, giving your husband a few bags of concrete and keeping an inquisitive eye towards the porch. This one kind of feels like a threat. It's like she's saying, build me a patio or I will build my escape route. The next one says, giving your husband a vacuum for his birthday. Ooh, a reverse Uno card. Very bold. Let's see how you like a taste of your own medicine. Someone else says, assert dominance and beat him to the punch before he has the chance to do it. This sounds like a TikTok strategy for staying single on purpose. The next person just says, a weekend getaway where he pays for everything and doesn't get to pick the destination. Ooh, romantic. Just don't mention the $2,000 resentment tax that's going to come right along with this. Someone else just goes, a gym membership with a note that just says, just trying to help. Ah, yes, the backhanded wellness insult disguised as a gift. 0 out of 10. The last comment just says, a plunger. The ultimate, I see you as my maintenance. Here, go unclog your own shit. Oh my God. I love Reddit. The next question we're going to read on here from AskReddit. Somebody asks, what wildly inappropriate song were you belting out as a kid, totally clueless about the lyrics? The top comment says, me at age 7. I'm sexy and I know it. Me at age 8, wearing Crocs and a Minecraft shirt. Oh, the duality of man. Serving 0 riz and 100% confidence. The next person says, the entire soundtrack to Grease. I mean, you would think it's about summer love and high school teenage drama, but it's not. Someone else says, Whiskey by Flo Rida. Yeah, not good. Man, that song was just one big, long euphemism. And we were all just sitting there with our little middle school backpacks pulled all the way up, sitting there rocking out to it like it was nothing. Someone else says, my humps, my lovely lady lumps. Oh my God, you know who that reminds me of? Ugh, it reminds me of Blake Lively when I forget. I don't even know the context of it, but she looked at someone and she was like, she called someone's boobs lovely lady lumps. And I just can't look at her the same way ever again. She has completely ruined her entire life. Imagine having everything you wanted and still being a narcissist at the end of the day, because that's exactly who she is. Allegedly. I don't want to get sued, but I think we all know. Allegedly. The next comment says, apparently summer of 69 is not about a specific year. Who knew? Okay. Raise your hand if you just now learned that, because I think I just learned something new. And it makes sense. I mean, why would we really expect anything else at the end of the day? It's giving, it's Britney, bitch. Hit me one more time. Yeah, that was my jam. The next comment says, Bad Touch by Bloodhound Gang. I had no business belting that out. And also any Usher song, especially Work It Out. Oh, yeah, not good. No bueno. What was the one? I wasn't like a kid when it came out, but S&M by Rihanna. Yeah, had no idea what those lyrics meant until like way later in life when I actually read them. Like I saw them like written out for the first time and I was just like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was about. It's not being about a bad bitch. I mean, it is, but in a different type of way, if you know what I mean. The last comment on here says, absolutely To Become One by the Spice Girls. I thought making love just meant being really nice to someone. Oh my God. Childhood innocence. To be innocent again, because now it's like we hear a song and we immediately know what the connotations are of it. But to be young and pure and innocent again, I can't even remember what that was like. All right, final one of the day. And we are not ending quietly today, you guys. We are ending on a different type of note, so buckle up. Someone asked, what's a secret that could literally ruin your life if it came out? And when I tell you guys, Reddit delivered. It not only delivered tea, but it also delivered therapy bills in real time. The top comment says, I watched a friend's cat for a week and I used it as an excuse to snoop. I found her diary, read the whole thing, and used that info to get her to like me. Now she's my wife. Ew, rom-com or red flag? It's giving gaslighting final boss. I do not approve of this. The next comment says, I once pooped in the bathtub and panicked. I flung it into a wall. My parents later renovated and now there's a 15-year-old turd inside the kitchen wall of my childhood home. It's coming from inside the drywall. I'm gonna need this to be made into a horror movie immediately. The next comment says, my cousin died when we were 17. During the funeral reception at his house, I stole all the money and valuables from his room. Okay, now we're moving into felony confession territory. This was your villain origin story, wasn't it? The next comment says, I secretly built an 800 square foot underground bunker on a property I sold, and I still live in it to this day without the new owners knowing. That is so creepy. That's why I have dogs. If I ever bought a house like that and I let my dogs outside, they would sniff your ass out in a heartbeat. There's no way. Ugh, you're weird. The next one says, I hate all of my friends, but I'm scared to be alone, so I keep hanging out with them anyways. I feel that deep in the pits of my soul. And I will tell you right now, don't stay friends with these people. They're just gonna suck your energy right out of you and completely make you a different person. They're probably not very good people if you hate every single one of them, and I'm sure they all just click like it's nothing. I definitely know the type. I cannot stress enough, just stop being friends with them. Better people will come along once you have that space available in your life. Someone else just says, I've been pretending to be colorblind since 3rd grade. I'm 28 now. I've even convinced an optometrist. Wow. So what you're telling us is you have professionally lied for over 20 years and even gaslit a doctor successfully. I'm both terrified and impressed at the same time, but mostly terrified. The last comment says, this thread makes me realize what a good, boring person I am. Same. I thought that I had drama until I sat here and spent probably a good solid hour reading through this post. I picked out the good ones for you guys, but if you do want to go check it out, just trigger warning, there's a lot of really gnarly stuff on this last post in particular. I just didn't want to read it here because this is my space and I like my cute, happy vibes of a space, not torrential downpour of just traumatic stories. Alrighty, I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you on Sunday for the mashup episode. Leave me that pink emoji with the little like gold stars on it down in the comments below if you stayed to the end of this episode. I love you guys and I appreciate your support so much. And if you guys have any suggestions or any stories or subreddits you want me to read, I'm going to link my email down below and I would love to hear from you guys. Your opinion matters so much to me. I make this content for you and I love you and I'll see you soon. Bye!